Wow, this week in AI. It's like someone hit the fast forward button on the future. Seriously, from self-driving cars to robots that can practically make you a cocktail, AI is everywhere right now. And get this, AI that can taste. Yeah, you heard that right.
You're not kidding. It's incredible. I've been poring over articles and videos all week, and it's just amazing how fast things are moving.
Right, it's not just science fiction anymore. It feels like we're on the verge of some really big changes. And speaking of big changes, let's talk about Tesla. Their We Robot event was the talk of the tech world. They unveiled their new robo-taxi, no steering wheel, no pedals, fully autonomous. They're aiming for a $30,000 price tag.
Yeah, 30,000. I mean, that's wild. Elon Musk says they'll be on the road before 2027.
Yeah.
Imagine your own personal robo-taxi.
That's a game changer, especially if they hit that price point.
Absolutely. And think about it. If everyone's using robo-taxis, what happens to parking lots?
Right. Musk has talked about turning them into green spaces, parks.
Exactly. It's a pretty amazing vision for the future of cities. Of course, there are hurdles, safety regulations, infrastructure. All of that needs to be figured out.
Absolutely. Oh, and they also showed off this giant robo-van, can carry 20 people, sports teams, party buses, you name it. But the thing that really blew me away, the Optimus robots.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had one just casually strolling around, another one serving drinks. It was like something out of a movie.
It is pretty wild to see how far robotics has come. The dexterity, the responsiveness, it's really impressive.
For sure.
Though it's important to remember, we're not looking at full AI autonomy just yet. Those robots are most likely being teleoperated.
Teleoperated, so someone's controlling them remotely.
Exactly. Think of it like a drone pilot. The robot's got some level of autonomy, but ultimately it's following commands from a human operator.
Makes sense.
But even so, achieving that level of responsiveness and dexterity, that's a huge accomplishment in robotics.
Totally. Speaking of making things easier, have you seen what's happening in video creation? AI video generation is exploding right now. There are all these new tools like Runway Gen 3 Turbo, Minimax, and Kling. They're making it so easy to create really professional-looking videos.
It's incredible, right?
And you know what's really cool? Runway and Minimax now let you upload images to guide the video creation, so you have even more control over the final product.
It's giving so much power to individual creators.
And then there's Kling with this awesome lip sync feature. You add audio, and the AI makes it look like the person in the video is actually saying the words.
Yeah, the tech is getting crazy good.
It's a game changer, especially for filmmakers, educators, anyone who wants to create high-quality videos without needing a huge budget or a ton of technical know-how.
It's democratizing video creation.
Exactly. And on that note, we've got to talk about open source AI because things just got really interesting. We're seeing some seriously impressive open source AI models popping up, especially in video generation. There's one called Pyramid Flow that's got everyone talking.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one.
And then there's PMRF, which is a fantastic open source tool for image restoration. You can use it to restore old photos, colorize black and white images. Completely free.
Free is always good.
Right. But the real game changer here is that open source AI makes this technology accessible to so many more people.
It's true. It's not just about being able to use AI. It's about being able to understand it, to modify it, maybe even build something new on top of it.
Exactly. This kind of open collaboration could lead to a wave of innovation. Who knows what we'll see?
Absolutely. The possibilities are endless. And you have to wonder how this will affect those big tech companies. If anyone can access and build on these models.
Right. It could really shake things up. Okay. Ready for a little Nobel Prize news?
Always.
This year's prizes had a definite AI theme. Geoffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI, he won the Nobel Prize in physics for his groundbreaking work on neural networks.
Wow, that's well-deserved.
Right. His research on backpropagation is a huge reason why AI can now do things like image recognition and natural language processing.
It's fundamental to how these systems learn.
Exactly. And in his acceptance speech, he made sure to acknowledge one of his former students, Ilya Sutskever, the guy who co-founded OpenAI.
No way. What a small world.
Right. It shows you the power of mentorship, how one connection can lead to incredible things. Speaking of OpenAI, the other big AI winner was Demis Hassabis, the CEO of Google DeepMind. He snagged the Nobel Prize in chemistry.
Impressive.
He's the brains behind some seriously game-changing AI like AlphaGo, AlphaZero, and my favorite, AlphaFold. This thing can predict the 3D structure of proteins with crazy accuracy. It's revolutionizing biology and medicine.
I can see why you're such a fan.
It's like unlocking the secrets of life itself. Who would have thought all this would come from people asking, what if machines could think?
It really is amazing, isn't it? The sheer reach of AI these days.
Totally. And you know what's interesting? It sounds like OpenAI might be getting a little restless in their partnership with Microsoft.
Ooh. What makes you say that?
Well, rumor has it they're not thrilled with how quickly Microsoft's been providing the computing power they need, to train and develop those massive AI models.
Right, those things eat up computing power like crazy.
Exactly. It's like trying to power a whole city on a AA battery. There are even whispers that OpenAI is thinking about building their own data centers.
Wow, really? Now that's ambitious.
Yeah. And maybe even designing their own AI chips.
That's a power move, if I've ever heard one.
Right. It seems like they're not content with just being a research lab anymore. They want to control their own destiny.
I can't say I blame them.
Neither. It'll be fascinating to see how that plays out. But speaking of big moves in AI, NVIDIA just dropped this crazy new AI called Edge Runner. It's making waves in the 3D modeling world.
Edge Runner. Haven't heard of that one.
So this AI can create super detailed 3D models with what are called mesh structures. It's a big deal for anyone working in 3D graphics.
I'm not a 3D modeler, so break that down for me. What's so special about these mesh structures?
Okay, imagine you're building something. Do you want to use Lego blocks or Play-Doh?
Lego blocks, for sure. Much easier to work with.
Exactly. Mesh structures are like the Lego blocks of the 3D modeling world. They provide this structured framework that makes it way easier to manipulate and edit objects.
Ah, I see. So it's about precision and control.
Yes. Before, AI 3D modeling tools often created models that were kind of blobby, hard to really work with.
Right.
Now, with these mesh structures, AI-generated models can be easily integrated into professional design software.
Wow, that opens up a lot of possibilities.
Right. More realistic animations, immersive video games, even innovations in architecture and manufacturing.
It's amazing to think about.
It really is. Oh, and get this. Researchers at Penn State University created an AI-powered electronic tongue.
Electronic tongue. What will they think of next?
Right. But this isn't just about mimicking taste.
What do you mean?
This AI tongue actually analyzes the chemical composition of sentences. It's like how our brains perceive flavor, but even more precise.
Wow. So it can actually taste in a way.
Exactly. It can tell the difference between different types of coffee, identify milk with varying levels of water content, even tell if fruit juice is starting to go bad.
That's incredible. The potential applications for food safety and quality control are huge.
Huge is an understatement. And think about it, you could instantly verify the authenticity of ingredients, detect contaminants in food. You could even use AI to create entirely new flavors.
Now that's a future I can get behind.
Right. Speaking of the future, remember those Tesla robo-taxis we were talking about?
How could I forget?
Well, Elon Musk had a few more tricks up his sleeve at that event.
Like what?
He unveiled their vision for a robo-taxi service. They're calling it CyberCAD. It's fully autonomous, no steering wheel, no pedals, and get this, no charging port.
Wait, what? No charging port? How's that even work?
Inductive charging. They're going all in on using magnetic fields to transfer energy wirelessly.
Wow, that's a bold move.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool, but it also requires a whole new infrastructure.
Totally. But Musk is projecting a price tag under $30,000. If they can actually pull it off, that's cheaper than a lot of electric cars out there.
Yeah, that's a game changer for sure.
He's really aiming to disrupt the entire transportation industry. More green spaces, fewer parking lots. It's a whole new vision for our cities.
I'll believe it when I see it, but I do have to give him credit for thinking big.
Right. Okay, shifting gears here. Meta's been busy in the AI voice world. They've got their own version now. And you know what they added? Celebrity voices.
You're kidding, right?
Nope. You can have Morgan Freeman narrate your life story or Oprah announce your latest social media post. It's pretty wild.
It sounds like they're focusing on the fun side of AI.
For now, at least. But you can see how this tech could be used for audiobooks, games, even assistive technologies for people with speech impairments.
True, there are some practical applications there.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Google's not just sitting around watching. Rumor has it they're working on Gemini 2.0, the next version of their big language model.
Gemini 2.0, what have they been saying about it?
Details are hush-hush, but the word on the street is it's going to be even more powerful than the first one. Better at conversations, understanding visuals and audio.
Sounds like they're pulling out all the stops to keep up with OpenAI and their GPT models.
It's like an AI arms race, and you know what? I'm here for it. Competition is good. It pushes everyone to be better.
I agree. It's exciting to see where this all leads.
Totally. But before we get too caught up in all the cool new tech, we do have to talk about the ethical side of things.
Ah, yes, the elephant in the room.
Right, because AI is advancing so quickly, we need to make sure we're using it responsibly.
It's a tough balance, you know. We're excited about the possibilities. We want to see how far we can push this technology.
Right.
But we also have a responsibility to make sure we're not creating more problems than we're solving.
It's like walking a tightrope.
Exactly. Innovation on one side, responsibility on the other.
And we've got to find a way to stay balanced.
Absolutely. We need to be having those conversations about the ethics of AI, about potential bias, about privacy.
And of course, the impact on jobs, on society as a whole.
It's not about being afraid of AI.
Right.
It's about making sure we're steering it in the right direction.
100%. Okay, before we wrap up, I've got one more AI goodie for you. Have you heard of this tool called Monster?
Monster, like Frankenstein monster?
Yeah, that's the one. So this thing can take a regular video and reconstruct it in 3D.
Whoa, hold up. How is that even possible?
It's some seriously next-level AI vision and spatial reasoning.
I can't even imagine.
Right. The tool analyzes the depth, the movement in a 2D video,
Okay.
and then it uses that information to create a 3D representation.
That's wild. So you could take your home videos, like from a birthday party or something?
Exactly.
And turn them into these immersive 3D experiences.
Exactly, or use it for training simulations, virtual reality. The possibilities are huge.
Mind-blowing.
It really is. It's like the line between the digital and physical world is getting blurrier every day.
It's true. It's getting harder and harder to tell the difference sometimes.
And that's why I love diving into this world, you know? AI is full of surprises. It's like getting a glimpse into the future.
It's a wild ride, that's for sure. And it's only getting wilder.
It really is. Well, on that note, we're out of time for this deep dive into the world of AI.
Already. It feels like we just started.
Time flies when you're talking about robots and AI tongues.
That's the truth. But hey, I'm sure we'll have plenty more to talk about next week.
Oh, absolutely. Until then, keep your eyes open, your minds curious, and we'll catch you all on the next deep dive.